Hi, my name is Sophie Llevat, and I'm a senior at Our Lady Lord's Academy. Today I'll be talking about the Kite Runner. Fathers, like mothers, are the stepping stones to the blossoming of a child's life. They influence a child's emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being while under their care. In the novel The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, the complex relationship between father and child is shown throughout the novel through multiple different characters. The author portrays these relationships to emphasize the necessity of an empathetic father figure. The not-so-typical father-child relationships in the novel show how the strain in this bond is a massive component throughout the characters' lives. Hosseini shows the immensely impactful relationship between father and child against the background of political turmoil in Afghanistan. To begin with, the most central relationship in the novel is between the narrator and main character, Amir, and his father, Baba. Baba is a proud and independent man who is emotionally distant, which makes it difficult for him and Amir to connect. Baba is wealthy and a respected businessman in his community, Kabul, Afghanistan, who feels like Amir is nothing like him, weak and cowardly. He feels that their interests differ and says that he's always buried in books or shuffling around the house like he's lost in some sort of dream. He tries to love a son who is nothing like him, and conversely, Amir tries to win over his father's affection despite contrasting beliefs. As much as Amir desires to meet his father's standards of a courageous and strong man, he also enjoys poetry, literature, books, similar to his late mother. However, these aren't qualities Baba approves of for a man, especially his very own son. And this is ironic because Amir and Baba are similar in that they are both selfish and betray others. But Baba is blindsided by this. The two being so different causes this significant drift in a typical parent-child relationship, and Baba even tells his business associate that if he hadn't seen the doctor pull him out of his own wife, that he'd never believe that they were related. Baba feels that Amir could not possibly even be his son and refuses to accept who he is. He forces his interests and masculinity onto Amir. On one occasion, Baba brings Amir to a match of Buzkashi, a traditional game in Central Asia, where the players ride horses and attempt to place the corpse of a goat or calf in the goal. However, during the match, Amir cries while his father looks at him in dismay. Due to Amir's constant disappointment towards Baba, which he can't begin to grasp, he often blames himself for his mother's death. He uses this reason to blame his father for not treating him with love and understanding and causes loads of guilt. Although this relationship was eccentric and difficult to understand, Baba's reasoning comes from a place of love, even if it's not surface level. He's a concerned father, raising Amir alone, and just wants to ensure that his son will grow up strong enough to face anything. Although they had a strained relationship, there was a dramatic amount of healing and growth. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that betrayal and guilt and Baba's negligence caused Amir's pain. Amir sought Baba's approval constantly, which led him to make bad decisions in hopes for his father appreciating him, which created poor moral judgment. According to the Novak Foundation, children with an involved father are more likely to be emotionally secure. They're confident to explore their surroundings and as they grow older have a better social connection with peers. Baba didn't understand that being physically present wasn't enough. He had to be emotionally available for Amir. Additionally, the emotionally distant behavior Baba set forth allowed Amir to always feel weak and insecure in himself. What was always incomprehensible to me was the total lack of feeling for the suffering and shame you could inflict on me with your words and judgment. This quote describes the confusion love-starved sons feel when their fathers do not express emotional care or attention towards them. This ties into Amir's pain and suffering from blaming himself for his mother's passing and how his father treats him. This caused complex pain and isolation due to a lack of understanding each other. Moving on, Baba and Amir's relationship may have obstacles and flaws. However, what about father and son relationships solely based on dishonesty and guilt? Baba and Hassan portray these characteristics in their respective ways. Hassan grew up being Baba and Amir's servant, which forms his self-sacrificing nature. However, it is later revealed in the novel that Hassan and Amir are half-brothers. Baba is their biological father. Hassan never knew this, and Baba never told Amir, although he found out from Rahim Khan after both Hassan and Baba had passed away. Baba never told them about it because he felt so much shame for sleeping with a Hazara woman, and in the novel, Baba's affection for Hassan is what produces the underlying motives in how he treats Hassan and Amir. For example, Baba built an orphanage, which may seem like a straightforward act of kindness or charity, yet Rahim Khan later reveals it was to atone for the guilt of not being able to recognize Hassan as his own son. Baba's shame and embarrassment caused him to deprive Hassan of his real father and a better life. Baba says that there is only one sin, only one, and that is theft. Every other sin is a variation of theft. When you kill a man, you steal life, Baba said. You steal his wife's right to her husband and her child's right to his father. When you lie, you steal someone's right to truth. When you cheat, you steal the right to fairness. There is no act more wrenched than stealing. This is ironic because Baba commits this sin by stealing the chance for Hassan to live a life full of wealth and education. He stole the right to his father and his own life. In contrast, Hassan and his son, Sohrab, act as foils to the relationship between Amir and Baba, as they demonstrate what an authentic and empathetic father figure is like. Hassan understands his son, enjoys his company, and treats him with genuine love and care. In Sohrab's eyes, before Hassan had passed away, they had a great relationship and a loving bond, in a variation to Amir's early years of craving his father's approval and attention. Baba and Hassan are direct foils to one another, as they both want what is best for their children and will stand up for anything they believe in. For example, Baba was willing to die in order to prevent a soldier from raping a woman. Hassan denied giving up the kite to Asaf despite how scared he may have been, because in his heart, he knew Amir would have been heartbroken, which led to his being raped. Although both characters are strong and brave, Baba does not show compassion or love toward Amir. Instead, he refused to accept that he was so different and viewed him as a lost cause. In contrast, Hassan chose to love his son, no matter what, because he knew that he was his fatherly duty and that it was the necessity of being an empathetic and caring father. Hassan and Sohrab call attention to the wrongs of Baba and Amir's relationship, showing the importance of being there instead of depriving one of a true and present father. Khalid Hassani shows the necessity of a sympathetic father figure by combining love, guilt, and fear. Through multiple relationships in the novel, there are parallels between characters that highlight their essential ups and downs. He shows a far from perfect relationship between Amir and Baba, which influences how Amir behaves and thinks, causing internal and external conflicts within himself. In return, this trait indicates that a lack of attention and understanding can ultimately lead to the wrong decisions in hopes of a father's approval. However, guilt may lead to redemption of oneself. The foil between Hassan and Sohrab shows that the father must accept his love for his children no matter what. Although Hassan and Amir had been deprived of what they deserved growing up and faced betrayal, they both prevailed by showing true growth of their characters. It is not about being the strongest or toughest man, but about caring for those who matter and being the nurturing guide in a child's life. Baba let his guilt and shame get in the way of genuinely loving both of his sons as he should have. A sympathetic father figure is pivotal in a child's development and impacts the decisions they make. The popular saying, like father, like son, plays a significant role in the novel, as the father's actions are reflected in their sons in some aspects that may not be obvious. In most cases, the treatment a child receives impacts how they act towards others and themselves. However, Amir is a reflection of not repeating the sins of his father and eventually becoming a better man through overcoming guilt and striving toward redemption. Thank you.